SpongeBob SquarePants. This is the Titans of the Tide video review. This is my personal opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the SpongeBob, but who cares? Let's start right from the bad news. SpongeBob SquarePants has been turned into a ghost. And the good news, he can switch out of the ghost form at any point by creating places in his good pal lad Patrick. Don't worry though, it's not like he's dead. Well, I hope. He's just been cursed into the ghost form. It actually works out for you in the SquarePants. Though, as you can switch between SpongeBob and Patrick in the touch of the button. And with each of them having their own unique abilities, it comes at very indeed. I have to admit that the battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated, the Cosmic Shake, and the Patrick Star game all released in all 4 years. I found myself wondering to do really need another SpongeBob SquarePants game. I feel the answer is no, we don't need another, but when it's as good as the Titans of the Tide, it's hard to begrudge THQ Nordic and Cosmic Shake cashing in our popular Nicktoons franchise once again. No matter how you feel about this yellow and prose dude, Titans on the Tide is a very good platforming game in its own. So many platforms miss the mark, but it only really puts a wrong foot. Combining the story, platforming, and adventure, it is safe to assume that SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide is aimed at kids. Given the subject matter, which is of course anthropomorphic SpongeBob and their undersea friends, and yet here I am, 30 years old, absolutely loving every moment of this game. Even the bosses. Even the bosses. Acting as hub word throughout the game is Floating Potty, a ship that will help you traverse from one level to another. You can return here at any time, where you can change the costumes, spend collected coins on the decorations, and interact with a range of clusters, but it's levels where SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide really comes into its own. Whenever it's on the beach, in the jungle of the fancy party being held for the King Neptune, every area is an unlikely design makes great use of SpongeBob and Patrick abilities. Those abilities are cleverly doled out of the course of the game rather than being thrown at you at all once. Patrick can lift heavy objects, use a lasso, and tunnel underground. For example, while SpongeBob can travel throughout the air with the fancy karate kick and blow bubbles to control switches and ensure enemies, among other things. You need to switch between the both characters frequently, sometimes even in the mid-air to traverse a particularly tricky part of the level. Thanks to responsive controls, however, it needs to feel fitty. This is not the type of platforming game where you'll be turning the air blue as the result of the poor mechanics, right? Thanks to the pair having numerous abilities, the SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide never feels too repetitive either. You're always doing something slightly different to reach your goal, whenever it's using a ghostly surfboard to get across the surface on the water, or picking up the boxes to activate switches or create platforms to reach higher platforms. Along with the main missions of the entry level, there's a wealth of side content to discover too. Dotted around each environment are some familiar characters, and taking with them will often uncover a task. These often have you collecting items or finding something hidden in the world, so they are not always super exciting, but they do have some variety. There's also races to take part in your up and the challenge. It helps that it took so nice to. Even level of the shine thanks to the fantastic visuals. It's really a step up from the SpongeBob SquarePants game that comes before it. I've been playing on PS5 Pro and I really enjoyed it. I have not the slightest hiccup in the terms of the performance either. So the game is polished to the shine. So, fans of the cartoon will also appreciate the original voice cast on the broad, bringing characters to life with the dialogue fully voiced. It really does help enhance the experience to the next level. An absolute success of the platforming game. I can't hesitate to recommend SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide. Whenever or not you're a SpongeBob fan or no, it looks great, it looks brilliantly voiced, and it's joyfully entertaining to play things, a strong repertoire of characters, and plenty activities to jump into. Fans of the cartoon will undoubtedly get the most out of it, but even if you just love platforming slash adventure games, this one is well worth to look at all. In conclusions, I would say what did I like? And I liked SpongeBob cartoon, obviously. Great level design, excellent selections of the skills for the characters, plenty of the side quests to complete, and to be honest, I had so much fun in this game that I don't even know what to say about the cons. So it's ridiculous that word starting David Hasselhoff isn't the only brilliant thing about the SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide. This is an excellent performing adventure featuring a great mix of character, skills, fantastic level design, and plenty of the side quests. Even if you are not a huge fan of the SpongeBob, but you are fan of the platforming slash adventure games, you definitely need to take the look on this game because this game looks really fun. The routine is happening when you're 30 years old. You finish the job and you want to relax a little bit. You don't want to have this competitiveness in you already because that was enough, right? It's your 30s. You want to relax. So if you want to relax and just sit down on your sofa and chill and play SpongeBob SquarePants on your PlayStation 5 Pro, do it. This is the best way to relax and rest. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good one.